Radio 104.1. Good morning. It's Amy and Holden. And on the line with us right now is Rino, President and COO of CTPharma. Hello, Rino. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Okay. I am, like you said, I am the President and COO of CTPharma. I'm one of the co-founders. CTPharma is one of the 4 licensed medical marijuana producers in the state of Connecticut. We cultivate, process, and market medical marijuana products for the patients of the Connecticut program. And we've been doing this since about 2014 from the inception of the Connecticut program.
Excellent. So you're in Rocky Hill, is that right?
That's right. This is our new home.
Your new home,
okay. Off in Portland, where we were operating in about 20,000 square feet. And our new home here in Rocky Hill is 216,000 square feet. And we can produce probably about 10 times more product than what we could back when we were in Portland last year.
So tell us about the products. I see you have like the flower, the pre-rolls, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we do. We offer 120 different product types available for sale every week. The big popular products are, of course, the flower, the pre-rolls, but we also offer vapes, pre-filled vape cartridges for sale. We have concentrates, different rosins and solventless concentrates and extracts. We also sell tinctures and baking products and things like that.
Can you tell us about tincture?
Yeah, what is tincture?
Me and Holden hear all the time, and we can't even say it properly.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce the thing.
Tincture.
What is that?
What's a tincture?
The tincture is basically it's an ethanol extraction of cannabis. Take cannabis flower, soak it in ethanol, strain out the plant material, and what's the resulting sort of solution is a tincture.
Whoa. Okay.
Very potent, very concentrated.
So what was that something you would put in brownies or something?
You can do that, or you can ingest it directly.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's concentrated, it's very potent.
So tell us about the cannabis strains, because a lot of people don't know about that.
So if you bought I'm dating myself here, but when I was in college in the 90s, if you bought the best marijuana that was available,
yeah.
It might have a potency of about 5 or 6% THC by weight. I can tell you that in the program, routinely we have strains that are 30 to 34% THC by weight. So, and that's just over the years through refined breeding practices, through selection of ideal strains to really maximize the THC content. It's come a long way in a very short amount of time.
Can you explain to us the difference between, say, sativa, indica, hybrid? What is the difference? What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so a long time ago, back the colonists would grow hemp, and those were sort of tall plants with THC content, and those were classified as cannabis sativa. Meanwhile, at roughly the same time in India, there was a strain that was growing that was very different looking. It was a short, squat plant, and it had lots of THC, and those plants were categorized as cannabis indica, being from India. And but over the years, we've crossed the cannabis sativa with the cannabis indica, and we've created hybrids. And so, sort of cannabis sativas now have high THC, and that's not a good way to sort of make a distinction between the classes anymore. But sativas are alleged to give you more of a sort of an upbeat daytime sort of feeling, versus the indicas are known to sort of be more sedative, more hypnotic, maybe more of a nighttime strain.
Right. So, if you want to just chill out and cook dinner,
right? How much of that is subjective, though? I mean, is it an individual case by case basis, or is it if someone that wants to try something different from you, they have the card and they're like, listen, I want to get stuff done during the day. Is there one that is this is the one?
You could function.
Yeah.
Because me and Holden are afraid of being tired.
Right. But how much is it a suggested thing, and how much of it is an actual, this is the one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It really is. The safer bet would be to sort of look at the terpenes. So everybody knows THC and CBD, those are cannabinoids. Mm-hmm. The plant also produces a class of compounds called terpenes. And terpenes are found in lots of different plants and fruits and vegetables. And those terpenes are really what are likely responsible for the effects of either sleepiness or energy. I would, you could talk with in Connecticut at a dispensary facility. They're operated by licensed pharmacists who understand sort of pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics. And you could really talk to the dispensary pharmacist to say, hey, I'm afraid I don't want to be sleepy. So they might, direct you away from a strain that has maybe beta-myrcene, which is also found in hops, and that sort of makes you sleepy. So they would say maybe direct you towards something that maybe has more limonene or pinene, which are more energizing.
Let me ask you this. How do topicals work? Because I see the topical thing.
Where can you it's like the CBD topicals?
Well, no, any of it.
Anything?
Where they're like, hey, here's some lip balm. And do you put the lip balm on? What happens? Does it get into your stream? Like, what is
so
it?
Old.
But for real, I have no idea. I see it and I don't know what it is.
So there are folks who claim that it works. And so we don't run clinical trials, so I couldn't tell you really the mechanism by which it works. But we create lots of different products, and patients buy those products, and they love them. So that's all I can really say about that.
Gotcha.
That's good. See, they know the science behind it. I used to, in the 90s in college, I was buying from a guy in a white van.
Yeah, exactly.
For real. His name was Nighty. Anyway, why don't you tell us how people could get in touch with you and all the good things?
Yes. So in Connecticut, you need to be recommended by your physician or by a medical doctor, and there are doctors out there. There are practices that specialize in licensing patients for the medical marijuana program. We're a producer, so we manufacture and distribute to the 18 licensed dispensaries in the state of Connecticut, and really, so contacting us is really no direct benefit.
Okay.
If you want to ask about our products and stuff, we can answer you, but we can really direct you towards how to get a license, per se.
Gotcha. But you have all the information, CTPharma.com, with all the info and what you offer and all the good things. So, and one more thing, what do you think about, because you see like a lot of CBD signs outside of like gas stations and stuff. Let me ask you, how do you feel about that?
That's a good question. For real, what do you think? Is that a thing?
I know, because they're everywhere now. You can literally buy them everywhere.
Yeah, so definitely don't buy your CBD in a gas station.
Okay.
It's very loose. So the Farm Bill a couple of years ago, it's published by the United States Department of Agriculture, authorized farmers to grow hemp and to process that hemp into various products. But there's really no agency that enforces the purity and the potency and any of the labeling, the branding of any of those products. So you're licensed to farmers can grow it, they can process it into products, but nobody's making sure that those products are tested. Versus in the medical marijuana program in Connecticut, we have laboratories that we have to send our product to. It gets tested. The Department of Consumer Protection regulates us very, very, closely. They're here for audits. That's not happening with the gas station CBD. Really, nobody's auditing to make sure that product is safe and pure.
Excellent.
Not even the FDA.
Okay, that's frightening.
Gas station CBD and gas station sushi. You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly.
I love it.
Rino, CTPharma, thank you so much for coming on with us today.
That's good. Thank you both for having me. Have a great program.
Bye.
Great information. That was awesome. Man, I could go for some sushi.
Amy and Holden in the morning.
Crack me up, on my way to work.
I need to laugh first thing in the morning.
Radio 104.1.
Friend.